menos aos 35 graus. Vai ser mais um dia de verão e de praia no Rio de Janeiro. Nós, após o nosso pouso, é provável que no máximo 20 minutos estejamos prosseguindo o nosso voo até Porto Alegre e depois, é claro, Curitiba, retornando para o Rio.
About 200 favelas in Rio de Janeiro. This is one of them. It's called Complexo da Maré. And we got, today the favelas are integrated in the city life. They've got electricity, they've got Brazil and of course Rio. You must understand all the contrast you're gonna see. You're gonna see a big contrast between rich and poor, in between modern and baroque buildings, in between black and white people. We are like a pyramid where 10% are rich, 40% they are middle class, high, middle and low middle class, so since the 16th century, and Indians, native people from here. We've got this mixture, caboclos, Indians and white people, Italians, Polish, and Ukrainians. And it's a little bit different from the rest of Brazil. It's only to give you an idea, that's the end of the Sambadrome. It's called the Sambadrome. It was a project by Oscar Niemeyer, the same one who built Brasilia. And we are going to visit afterwards. It's going to be open. Now everything is closed. For the first time here in Brazil, exactly there. Coffee needs hill and needs orange trees to give them shade. This is the Japanese consulate. All the embassies went changing to consulates whenever the city, the capital, moved out to Brasilia. So it's a consulate, the Japanese consulate. All the best schools were religious, and only all for boys.
We are going up in a cable car up Sugarloaf Mountain. This is not a statue. Oh, very nice. Pretty flower. Flower for the lady, maybe. Very good. Excellent. Thank you. There you are. Didn't you see that? I made you a flower.
He stayed here from 1821 to 1808
Mango tree.
That's for you. That's for you. But I must tell you.
รอข้างหลังหน่อยรอข้างหลังหน่อย
There are three important cities, and they are Petrópolis, city of Pedro, Teresópolis, city of Teresa, and Freiburg. Was colonized by Germans. Teresópolis by Jewish people, and Freiburg by, you can see a cemetery down the other side. This is a white square over there. Oh, yeah. You can see those islands. They are called the happy family because of the parents, the children, and the mother-in-law really far away. That's why they are so happy. Es ist Zuckerhut, ja? Das wir werden nachmittag besuchen.
Right next to the cemetery. Like sweet potato.
We the so we're gonna wait they won't stay here forever.
Other side you have Ipanema.
Now, here you can see the entrance of the bay and Sugarloaf Mountain.
Yeah.
Let's gather a little bit before 10, yeah, so we can have a juice or something. Okay? Haben Sie verstanden? Ja? tour. It's to visit a favela. It's quite interesting. You go by Maraca or the Maracana. Maracana, it's an Indian word and means parrot, papana. Here in the past lived the Maracana Indians. And afterwards the Portuguese. Portugal had so good with diese Wehen vorbereitet. Die ist alle organisiert. War super, super. Gratuliere. Oh, es war on here is the big Maracana. And last year, usually they've got matches on Wednesdays. See the stadium.
So I keep scaffolding down from Carnival. This is where all Carnival goes on in Rio. It's not bad, but there's no wind braces in bridges.
About 20,000 reais a lodge. And we'll have the stands, which cost about 150. Essa tá prática, né?
Let's have a look in here. Oh, look at the Carnival Queen. And here's the Carnival Queen. Ooh la la.
They don't want to solo the tone for the end, so here comes a flow that looks more
So you'd like a photograph taken, would you? I thought you were going outside.
That's what she said.
Group photo. Group photo so you can... How come you got biggest one?
Because she dragged me out. Look, you get your scaffolding and you can...
Oh, lele, oh, la, la, pega no gavê, pega no gavê, oh, lele. Now you can understand better how we suffer. It's doing something now. Oh, what a fly, alright. Oh, yes.
Let's see if this is on. There you are, you can have your camera back.
That's normal.
part in the front was inspired by the film Moulin Rouge.
Here is the second slaughter parade tonight.
Alice is trying to do something different with lights. There's
Today's race.
Vai dar, Didi. Vai, Didi.
From what I'm being told, the first float out, floats 2, 3 and 4 are held up. And it's started to rain again. There's a gap in the parade, as you can see, which should be filled by the floating tidal release.
This is the second MC and flag bearer, Val and Fabiana. This is the first time I've ever seen a fully functional church.
We're gonna turn now, right? And you're gonna see the old part of Rio. Very, very contrasting with today's Saturday. Yeah, it's crazy. But here, yeah, they buy everything for carnival. Yeah, see all the fabrics here. They make all the costumes here. Old shops. Yeah, they got it.
Still got a McDonald's.
No, it's not here. It's not expensive. Everything is cheap. Yeah? The quality is not that good, yeah? But it's interesting. But it's gonna be closed at 2 o'clock. And fix and work heute ist zu sein. Ja? Samstag. Vergessen Sie nicht, heute ist Samstag. The symbol for Lapa is this aqueduct in the front of the houses. They can change its size. And though there are lots of bars and restaurants. Also, here you can see this church in pyramidal and Maya pyramidal form style. It's the cathedral, Nossa Senhora, a catedral.
That's where you leave your symbols of what you want healing. Somebody wants the leg fixing, a lot of people want the head fixing.
You can see the Opera House, which is a copy of Opera House in Paris. Down the other
Yeah, International Damula, International Women's Day.
And Sugarloaf itself with 396 meters high. We're gonna take a cable car outside back, very fast. We're gonna eat very well there in a churrascaria. It's where you're gonna begin with a big salad buffet, and afterwards you're gonna see their hot dishes, and after this the waiters will keep on bringing you different kinds of meat. You just have to say yes or no.
Music while you eat. Alright. And somewhere around here. There it is. Is it over there? No, I think it's over there. Well, you can eat big carver. First University of Brazil.
We've got here public and a private education. Of course,
and that's where we're headed next. Sugarloaf Mountain. And that cable car. But she's hot.
É a metade, né?
Voilà, maintenant il y a du vent. Rien du Nowadays we don't have any more Pau Brazil. We just get all the Pau Brazil. It's a tree that gave the name to the town. It's a very hard tree. That's why
What would I do for a dip in that sea?
you can see the Botafogo neighborhood, which starts at the small bay at Botafogo and ends at the Lake District. And then you can see here the chain of mountains, Serra do Mar, with Corcovado Mountain, with the Christ Redeemer statue. Don't forget we were there and in the morning. And then we've got here Flamengo neighborhood. Yeah? All this green park, this green line here was landfill. Yeah? Remember I told you we passed by here? So where the skyscrapers are, it's downtown area. Huh? The small airport is for domestic one for shuttle service to São Paulo. São Paulo is the largest and the most important city in Brazil, with 12 million inhabitants, the big São Paulo with more than 14 million. Yeah?
The last leg, up to the very top.
Todo y era
chamba de medio tiempo. Porque estaba yo en la
It's Coco Cabana.
Well, from here, man can better understand the topography of Rio, really built in between the mountains and the sea. So you've got the first view here, which is called the Red Beach. We don't know the reason why, but there are also some theories. One says the color of the tree responded, and then of course it has a reddish color.
You got like flags flying around the roller coaster. That's like every 4 years all splits around the mountain. So many mountains
About 10, 11 o'clock. Copacabana is the center of tourism in Rio. It's not anymore the fanciest area to live in. This was during the 50s. Nowadays, it's a middle-class residential area where only exception those apartments facing the beach. They are quite expensive. They can reach $1 million, $2 million. Which is the Copacabana Fort. It was built in 1922 with German weapons, and nowadays it's more a museum. This you can do. You can walk this 4 kilometers long. Even now. People love playing volleyball. We are very good in volleyball. And we also got a new game. It's called the foot volley. That is a volley with feet and head only. It's going to be closed for cars. And it's going to be as a park, only for pedestrians. Oh, see, there's a sandstone. This is really nice. And the artist is stays there, right, waiting for some coins. They are being more and more replaced by new ones. Those are the old ones. You're gonna see in few moments the ones in glass. Another reason why they don't swim so much is the temperature of the water. It's not so warm as in Salvador, near Salvador. Here, because of the streams from Antarctica, the water it's really it's cold for us. On the other hand, the next year, the Republic was declared because she didn't pay.
Merlin Coastal Hotel, that was. From the hotel row. Sun's going down. No, we don't need no chairs, thank you.
Just walk.
No chairs,
Just walk.
thank you.
Thank you.
No, okay, thanks. Maybe tomorrow. Hey, you're in my camera. What are you doing there, Budge?
Watching everybody. Saturday the 10th, I've got on the beach.
Ah, yeah.
It's about
We're
9:30.
just losing sun now.
Everybody's going home.
What's the... Whoa, just got out of it then. Nearly got drowned. Oh yeah, there's Sugarloaf. catch a fly. Time to go home.
Got him.
Oh, urchins. I'm back to the hotel. It's next door. Whoopsie daisy. That's ours. Got 3 Stooges outside. Try that way. Ah, civilization. Excellent breakfast. Hope you want, really. There's Janet getting waiting for toast. That's the good reflection. Yeah, a room with a view. Here you are, Copacabana Hotel, just for you, in the full sunshine.
Wonderful.
There's Janet waiting for the taxi. She's got a shot. Songs.
I sell those.
Oh yeah, I know that. I can see.
Explain about this because I have to explain from the hotel. What means to be born in the south of the city, to be in a favela in the south of the city? Well, it means a lot of things. First of all, we are close to the opportunities. Down there is a city, the rich neighborhood, we are close to the jobs, normally the investments, public investments starts in the south, and if it works out, so favela space and well out. In the north and the west, we are very, very close. And when favela is very close, normally they have much more confidence. Okay, you explain about confidence, say, what are you doing here, guy? Say, oh, I just came to mess up. They're gonna say, no, you're spying for the guys next door. Because the park doesn't belong to the favela where I am, but to the other one. That's what makes the favela more dangerous. When I use the word dangerous, I have to take some care, okay? But anyway, in the north, favelas are very far from each other. Favelas, no, people live everywhere. Ipanema, Copacabana, Leblon, Barra, downtown. But the biggest concentration is in favela, because in favela is cheaper. I'm going to explain you why it's cheaper living in favela as we walk. We're going to stop some places, okay? Because we have to be in front of some things, and I explain it, so we're going to fix better, okay? Normally people used to say that the problem in favela is the drugs, okay? I mean, drug is a problem in the whole world, not a favela in Rio, okay? We have different.
Oh, isn't it beautiful?
We want a flag, or are they just backdrops?
What?
Those flags?
Vai tirar a foto minha? É 10 reais, hein?
Oh, okay. Got ya. Okay. Thank you. $2. No.
Normally a favela is not the same upstairs and downstairs, okay? Normally in a favela, the more deep inside you live, the more poor you are. The more upstairs you live, the more poor you are. The more close to the road you live, the better life quality you have. The more downstairs you live, the better life quality you have. Spend more money or get more time, okay? So normally
Famous. Could be.
bank manager, his brother, that one is a dancing teacher. They have business in the community. Most of the people are poor. We also have rich and middle class ones. Okay? And I have to explain why they don't leave. Bom dia. You know what means bom dia? People try to say bom dia, it means good morning.
Cadê a vida? Cadê minha colega? Deixa ela na janela. Yeah. Because this is another, it's another kind of laugh, yes. And it had many people because
This is a crap.
yeah.
Buenos dias.
Olá, a velha e a filha. Tchau.
So they are good administrations, okay? Secondly, they don't have the same lifestyle of a traditional rich. They used to go have the same education. I mean, in different ways. Okay? Not traditional ones. Okay? Third, we don't pay taxes in favelas, so it's a good idea to stay. Only electricity. Okay? And we only pay electricity because it's a private company that administrates. Okay? It's a French company that administrates. Public service investments, we don't pay. Okay? 3% of these rich guys buy apartments outside everywhere, okay? But only 2% of them make business. They buy apartments and rent for other people. 1% leaves the community. But they only go there to sleep because they keep the business here because they don't pay taxes. Okay? And even so, they come back to the community even when their businesses are closed because they are used to the football, to the samba, to the bar, to this kind of sense of community. So sense of community is also something very strong inside of poor people. Normally when you go, when you live in a rich condo, for example, you go to the playground, everybody's reading newspaper. People don't talk, people don't meet people. They only say good morning, good night, and good afternoon. And here people touch, people won't go in people's house. We have this kind of relationship. And it's very hard for even these rich ones to forget it. Why we don't pay taxes in favelas? It's very easy to understand. I told you, we live in the fifth richest country in the whole world. Okay? And the second verse, when you have to share the money. So, in favelas, if you're a poor person living in Copacabana, for example, you pay taxes. It's the area that don't pay taxes. Okay? Many people ask me like, why these rich ones don't pay taxes? Why the government don't charge people taxes? It's not the person, it's the area. Okay? It's some kind of balance between rich and poor to compensate this gap between social classes in this country. Okay? And on the other hand, few people here could pay taxes. Most of them couldn't pay taxes. They prefer to spend money in a supermarket. So it's a balance between this distant gap between social classes.
Yeah.
Talking about war, it's all about the World Cup team. Okay? During the World Cup last year, we got a competition in this favela for the most beautiful lane, got a prize. This lane was number 1. You're gonna see it's all painted. You wanna know about the prize, guys? 20 big box of beers and the samba show. That was the stage.
Oh, nice.
Let's go.
Tours. Playing tours, yeah. That's one in the hall. Very good. Whoa!
John Paul II, the Pope, came to visit Brazil, and he went to a favela next door called Vidigal. And he said, no more people, remove them. These people are here to stay. This is the place where they have their reference. Okay, so they stopped moving favelas to the north and the west. And in 1986, they got something called right of property, which means that we own the house. Each house that you see here belongs to a family forever. Okay, and because of this, favelas changed. No. Anyway, guys, it's very easy to send letters because
that's equivalent to their post office, private run. £7 a month to get your stuff delivered. The only car in the flavela.
Trolley for sale.
E aí, vamos almoçar lá hoje?
Na minha casa, eu moro muito alto. Eu quero um barraco de abaixo.
We have 2 Catholic churches in this favela. All favelas have a Catholic church. Catholic people were very important for the poor because they were responsible for settling the down in the place where they were born. Okay? But why we are much more Protestant than Catholic? We have hundreds and hundreds of Protestants. Sometimes it's not a church, it's a living room, it's the roof, it's a car garage. We make Protestant celebrations. The explanation is Catholic used to be very quiet. Protestants dance, jump, sing, whatever, and we like it.
Queimou a máquina.
Chicken shop. Yeah. Just have to turn a load of stuff off.
Aí, Richard, tá levando os frangos aí na costa.
Chickens out.
Pelo menos 100 de cada frango. Acabou ali na máquina dele. Olha lá.
Beautiful chicken.
Aí eu tive filmando, vai aparecer uma vez. Chegou a procurar por Interpol e aí? É carcada. Segura assim para aí.
Wait right there, I'm going to help you.
You get Dog's Television. Dog's Television.
Where's Dog's Television?
Chickens, Rotary.
Oh, I've got some right books, look. Arthur Miller. Jack London. In a good book. Catcher in the Rye. Yeah. A little setup. There's our mum.
Bota fogo no sul aí, ó.
That's what you call a room with a view. If you like cables. Look at these dogs, they're about the size of a rat. Not much bigger than butchers. Plumbers merchants. Yes, everything you want.
That time, a long time ago, we still had a lot of space to make streets. Here we have infrastructure, address, zip code, you know, everything. It's organized on the streets, okay? But this was the only community to exist. The rest of each has received fashion. Why this? First one is right I was here for 16 years. There was a mess. I didn't know that we would.
Wow, breakfast cakes. Knickknacks.
Muchacha, senhora.
Yeah. Well, just back end. Live traps. Tongue, yeah. Look at that size of that tongue. These beans. Sausages. Gibblers.
Talking specifically about this favela, Brazil is considered a rich favela, and when I say a rich favela, it's not that people here is rich, not exactly, but it's an extremely commercial favela. Why? We are in an area of 12 kilometers square and a population of 160,000 people. Normally, poor people spend money in the very place of they live. So think about it. It's a good favela to make business. A lot of people, thousands and thousands of people in a small area. You're going to see that nobody lives in the first floor of the houses. It's so busy from here to the end. This favela produces something like 30% of what Copacabana produces. In money, why a rich favela? 2,500 bars, 800 drugstores, 500 beauty parlors. I mean, it's all about hundreds and thousands of business. If you don't find a job outside, you find a job inside.